Real quickly before I jump into the video, I want to let you guys know that if you guys are interested in Control Freaks, from now until the end of the holiday season, you can end up getting 15% off your entire order using code ESPRESSO instead of just the previous 10 that it was all the way beforehand. But if you guys are interested in checking that out, some stocking stuffers, or you just want to buy a pair for yourself, feel free to check that out. I'll leave a link down there in the description below if you guys want to click that. It'll actually pre-apply the code so you can just go in. You don't have to remember to put the code in. Or if you want to go on just your standard browser or mobile or whatever it is you want to use, you can use code ESPRESSO for 15% off at checkout. But now, back to the regular scheduled content. The final part of the trilogy of updates for Black Ops 4 in relation to Operation Absolute Zero happened today, in which we ended up getting a smaller playlist update. It's not something you had to go in and re-download a massive patch. That patch from Monday still applies, where you had 15 to 20 gigs or so of data you had to take into consideration for Xbox One and PC. PC actually got their update today as well, so you should be on par now with everything there and getting ready for what is to come as of next week for you guys on Xbox One and PC. But today for PlayStation 4 users, there were some slight changes to Black Ops 4, not all that many in terms of massive updates, but that said, I want to let you guys know about everything that changed here with today's recent playlist update and holiday-themed update within Black Ops 4. So that said, let's just jump right into it. For most of you guys, I know that multiplayer is probably the main aspect of the game you're really concerned with. So what's new in multiplayer? Well, honestly, not a whole lot outside of things in the black market. We don't see anything in terms of map changes or any snow-covered features within multiplayer maps just yet, but we do end up seeing in the black market a few updates. Firstly, there's the new winter event, which is just like the Halloween event. It will last not as long though, unfortunately. This one's only going to be lasting for another 13 days, but you have 20 tiers of holiday-themed items. You have things like the Ready Up sticker, the Snow Day gesture in which you can throw a snowball, the Candy Cane face paint, which is usable for all specialists, the Mistletoe emote in which your specialist or character pulls out mistletoe, kind of self-explanatory there, the Nutcracker face paint, which can be used on all characters again, the Lampy gesture in which your character pulls out a lamp then proceeds to clumsily drop it, then you have the Frost war paint, which can be used on all characters, the Snowjoy gesture in which you build Frosty the Snowman, the Grump sticker, and then finally the Reindeer war paint for all specialists in which your character has a glowing red nose. So a few things here that are more so cosmetic than anything else, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit about my thoughts in just a second on this, but that's what you have here. 20 tiers for 13 days. Again, tier skips do apply for these, so if you end up even just logging in for the first 13 days of this and go out to get 1 merit in Blackout, round 15 in Zombies, or 1 win in multiplayer, you already have a huge chunk of this granted to you up front. Outside of that, there are some things for purchase and some new things that are available and what you can see right up front as well. That being, you now have the brand new purchase 1 tier option in the bottom left, but right next to that is probably the next big thing here out of this discussion, that being a triple play for the next 13 days that is available. It's available for 2,000 COD points, in which you end up getting a SOG 9mm Great Lion Mastercraft variant. You end up getting the Sleigh Bell melee weapon, and then you also get 10 tier skips that are rewarded upon purchase. Now this one, I definitely expect there to be quite a discussion here out of this one, because it follows the terminology that we've seen for triple play before in the Black Ops franchise, but it's not exactly how you remember the triple play from Black Ops 3. Instead of grinding out games or anything like that, it's just the option to purchase 3 items for 2,000 COD points. Now, I do think that both these look really cool, but again, the value really comes down to what you think and what you see as worth it. But again, the big problem the community is having right now is there is no way to actually grind this. There's no way to activate this for free and go 20 tiers or so to end up getting that Sleigh Bell at tier 10 or that Great Lion Mastercraft at tier 20 or whatever it may be. Instead, it's just simply pay for it, and there's no other way. So while I do wish there was that other way around to end up getting this for free and just simply grinding it out and playing the game, on the flip side, as an actual bundle itself, it's actually not the worst price point that we've seen thus far for these items. You end up getting a Mastercraft variant and a Sleigh Bell, which is a brand new melee weapon, plus 10 tier skips. And if you break that down, you end up getting the 10 tiers. That's half the cost up front there, so that means you get 2 items for $5 each. And previously, the Mastercraft variants have been going for 10, and the new weapons, we haven't actually seen a straight up price point for it just yet, because the new weapons are available in the contraband stream of Operation Absolute Zero. So when you break it down from a sheer numbers perspective, it is less than the other items that we've seen bundled together. But again, the idea that there is no other way to get these other than just by paying for them is what a lot of people are having an issue with, and I totally understand that. So again, without diluting too much of my own opinions here on this, that's the facts right there, and I guess it comes down to what you think, again, if it's worth it or not. I still wish there was something that allowed us to end up getting this for free by simply grinding it out, whether that be some tougher challenges or just games completed. I don't know, but right now there just unfortunately is not. Outside of multiplayer stuff though, because that's actually what rounds out the multiplayer additions and changes here with this, let's jump over to some Blackout stuff, because this is where we will see a little bit more in terms of the changes and other things that are available. What we end up seeing is mostly a lot of thematic changes. We have a bunch of different things changed around. One that you may notice if you play aggressively and don't really pay attention to the aesthetic of the buildings or the landscape is the dead bags and loot bags are now actually decorated in a Christmas theme. They're that red and green with almost like an ugly sweater type of camo on it, which you can take a look at. So that's something that's cool and a nice little aesthetic change as well. Additionally, there are things like Christmas lights on some buildings. There are Christmas trees around the map. There are other decorations like up by Hydro Dam. There are Christmas themed flags hanging out. And then there are other things like music in some of the shops actually playing that are Christmas themed as well. So a lot of different things here for the holidays and the festivities that may actually happen. And we are going to be seeing some more stuff apparently coming in as time progresses. But all these little aesthetic changes are available until the 27th. So 2 days after Christmas for those that do celebrate it. And then also one thing that I am honestly really happy is added in, but I have yet to come into contact with somebody that's willing to have a snowball fight, but snowballs are actually in Blackout now. So these are things you can end up picking up. They are items you can pick up off the ground. You don't have them by default, and so you're not gonna have them immediately when you jump into a game. And they do take up 1 inventory item, but you end up getting 20 per pack that you end up picking up. They act just like a lethal, but obviously not as much damage is granted, so you have to swap through, say, your combat axe, your equipment, or a grenade that you may have to throw them, but once you do, you can have a snowball fight of epic proportions. These actually do a little bit of damage, a little more than the basketball itself, but are they as effective as, say, a grenade or anything like that? Absolutely not. They're more so just for fun, a little more whimsical addition here to Blackout, but those are available for you guys to check out if you're interested. Apparently, we have a few more holiday-themed surprises coming from now through December 27th, but none of those have been laid out just yet for us in exact specifics, so keep an eye out for that. Of course, we'll keep you up to date here on the channel if you guys are interested as that progresses, but other than that, we can start to move over into the zombie stuff, rounding out the other content additions here with this. When we take a look at zombies, again, not all that much was added in. Kind of the overarching theme of this update, it wasn't anything that was absolutely massive, but instead just added a few more content things in as a more festive way to do it. But in zombies, we finally now have the Winter Calling event happening, in which that's going to be challenge-based items that are going to be available weekly, and after you complete some tiers of progression on those challenges, you end up getting new face paints. There are 4 available here with this, that being the Naughty Nice Two-Face style face paint, and then also the Frosty face paint, the Red Dragon face paint, and the Krampus face paint to round them all off. Now these are kind of peculiar because if you guys logged into multiplayer yesterday and checked out some of the customization items, you might have noticed that these went live a little early, but for multiplayer. But now if you were to take a look at multiplayer's customization, they're nowhere to be found. So it seems like these are now zombie-specific and exclusive face paints, which is kind of a bummer, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. But interesting though that it was seen in multiplayer yesterday, but not now today. So those are available here within zombies, giving you guys a little extra customization. Still not all that much. I know that a lot of players really want some more customization within zombies, but that's something added in and gives a little more to do in terms of challenge-based things. But that's gonna round out the changes here for what we see out of this new update for the holiday-themed event within Black Ops 4, lasting 13 days and going on giving a few new things here and there, but not all that much. But as for my thoughts on all of this, again, firstly coming back to the big thing with multiplayer, that brand new triple play, I wish that there was a way that players could end up grinding that out, earning it organically instead of having to pay $20. Again, while it is, I guess, a little nicer compared to other deals and bundles we've seen for other variants in Mastercraft camos and even weapons themselves, I'd still like a way for players to be able to grind things out. I don't like having players be pigeonholed in that kind of situation, so if there were to be a change here with that, I'd love to see it. Other things though, I think that honestly there were some missed opportunities with some of the customization items being added in. Granted, you don't want to make it too top heavy or anything that adds way too much for a limited time, but I do think that it would have been cool to see like a ruined Santa skin or something like that, something very thematic that is kind of worthwhile. Like even a Santa hat would be really awesome, I think, as well. But if I were to guess, if that's not something that we see here with this in terms of surprise updates given to everybody, I wouldn't be surprised though if they add something like that to the item shop in the upcoming days. But as for how likely that is, I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm curious as to what the other thematic surprises are as well that were detailed. Treyarch even tweeted there is more stuff coming on the horizon. So with 13 days, that's not a lot of time to work with in terms of marketing new stuff and dropping new content out there. That's probably only about 2 other updates max, if I were to guess, and we play that still every Tuesday update gets a new thing. And we also have no idea what the new mode detailed in the Operation trailer for Blackout is, because that was something that flashed by in the blink of an eye, but if you caught it, it was mentioned a new mode would be coming to Blackout as well. So I'm curious to see all these kind of things, but that's kind of where we're gonna wrap it up. Again, there's not all that much in the grand scheme of things, but still some things no less to let you know about and for you guys to check out for yourself. So that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of these changes? Are you guys happy with some of these changes? Happy with some of these additions? And if so, what's your favorite part here out of this? Are you guys looking forward to the triple played contract? You guys looking forward to the thematic changes in Blackout? You looking forward to some of the customization in the black market contraband stream? Whatever it is, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 4, multiplayer, Blackout, zombies, whatever it is, we got you covered. The best of updates, news, information, tips, tricks, best class setups, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. Well, let's end now to the boy. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.